Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're going to be having a look at the second part of Horizons by Thedoo. Let's have a look at it. Alright guys, now tuning for the song is going to be drop D, that is standard E with the lowest 6th string tuned down one whole step from E to D. Now, as I've mentioned in part 1, Thedoo has backing track for the song. It's in the description of his Guitar Hero video for this song, and it's sent as well. I'm gonna link in the description below. You can go there and go to that video's description and get the backing tracks. Alright guys, now let's have a look at the first section. We're gonna be starting off with this phrase, and we are on the bridge pickup. Now we're gonna be doing this. Alright, we're gonna be palm muting 10 on the 5th string, playing 12, 10, 8 on the 4th, and now 12 on the 5th, so 8 on the 4th, and then 10 on the 5th. Keep in mind all these are palm muted, so. Alright, then there's gonna be a little bit of a rest, and then we're gonna do. So we're gonna palm mute 10 on the 5th. Then we're gonna slide from 12 to 13 on the 4th. We're gonna play 12, 13, 12 on the 5th. And now we're gonna hit 12 on the 6th string with vibrato. So. Alright, now we're gonna have this little sweep picking part. Pretty tricky stuff. We're going to be hammering on from 10 to 13 on the 1st string. We're going to play 12 on the 4th, 12 on the 3rd, 10 on the 2nd. We're going to hammer on to 11 and then pull back off to 10. Then we're going to go back down, pull off to 10, hammer back on to 13. Now we're going to go 12 on the 4th, 12 on the 3rd, 11 on the 2nd, 10 on the 1st, hammer to 11, pull back off to 10, and then we go all the way back to the 5th string. So, all together. Alright, now once we go back to the 5th string the second time, we're also going to go back up again all the way to the 5th string. So after 13 we pull off to 10, hammer back on to 13, then we go back up. But now, we're gonna hammer on to 11 and then slide to 15 with vibrato, so that last part would be. Alright, so the entire thing slowly and then up to speed. Alright guys, now we're gonna have the tapping part. Here's how it's gonna go. Alright, so for this part we're not going to be using the pick at all. It's all going to be with the left hand and the right hand. Although you do want to keep the pick in your hand because you're going to want to do this part at the end with the pick. Alright, so the muting for this is a bitch, so make sure you keep your hand stationary on the guitar. You don't want to have a floating tapping hand in which only your fingers touch the guitar. Make sure your forearm is on the lower part of the strings and this part of your hand as well. Alright, make sure it's on the fretboard. And a helpful thing is to kind of just move your hand backward and forward as you do this. So as you tap on the 1st string, have it forward. As you go a little bit back, have it a little bit back. But make sure when you're on the 1st string, the 2nd string is muted with your right hand. Hope this is making sense. But the point is just keep your hands sturdy, alright? So here's what we're going to be doing it. First, we're going to hammer on to 11 on the 1st string. And now we're going to tap 15. we're gonna pull off to 10. So now we are gonna hammer on the second string with our left hand to 11, and then we're gonna tap 15 and pull off to 10. So, and we are gonna do that for a total of 4 times. Alright, then after that, after the last pull off, we're gonna hammer on to 11. We're gonna tap 17 on the first string, pull off to 10, and then hammer on to 11 on the second, and then we will tap 15 and then pull off to 10. So we're just substituting the 15 on the first string with 17 now. So we have alright, now after that, you're gonna need to get your pinky involved now, because you're not gonna hammer on to 11, you're gonna hammer on to 13 instead. Alright, so you're gonna hammer on to 13, you're gonna tap 18, pull off to 10, hammer on to 11 on the second, and then we are gonna tap 16 and pull off to 10. So alright, and we're gonna do that also for 4 times, so it would go something like, so altogether so far, alright, now the last one is gonna be just with your right hand. Same idea, we're gonna be hammering to 13, tapping, pulling off to 10, yada yada, same idea, just different frets with the right hand. It's gonna be 20 on the first and 18 on the second. So the last part is gonna be technically alright, so all together, one last time. Alright, now at this point what you're doing is simply you wanna slide into 20 of the first, and you're gonna do a little bit of a bend when you get there. So here, let me show you what I mean. It's gonna be a slide into a bend. Doesn't matter where you're sliding from, but you can kind of, but like if you were to come out of the last part, it would be kind of around 13, alright? So after there's gonna be a slight rest. Now the Thedoo at this point, during that rest, he will switch his pickup to the neck pickup. I would recommend, if that's a bit hard for you, you can do it right after this part. So right after you do that little rest, so you're gonna hit that 20 again with a bend and release, and then you're gonna hit 20 on the second and give it some vibrato. And this is what I would say is a kind of an easier chance to go in and switch your pickup if you do want to do it as the Thedoo is doing it, or at least almost. Alright guys, so that's the entirety of the first section. This is probably the toughest section in the entire solo. Be sure to take your time with it, and let's have another look at it slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, now let's have a look at the second section coming out from the section before. We're gonna be on the neck pickup. Alright, and here's what we're gonna have. Alright, so we are palm muting 17 on the fourth, and then we're gonna hit 15 on the third and second as a double stomp. So we're gonna hit them together. I'm using my index finger to bar, alright? So we're gonna do that again. And then after that, we're gonna palm mute 17, but we're gonna play 15, 17 in double stops. Alright, so now you're gonna use your middle finger to hit 17 on the third and the second. So you kind of want to give it some vibrato or just shake it a little bit or whatever. And then you're gonna hit the double stop on 17 and do a pull off on to 15. And then you want to vibrato 17 on the 4th. So again, alright, it's okay if it comes out a little bit nasty with the whole double stops and pulling off and things. It's supposed to be that way. Alright, now at this point, as you're vibratoing 17 on the 4th, you can do a pickup switch to the bridge pickup now. Then we're gonna have this part. Alright, that's gonna be just some tremolo picking. 17 on the 4th string. And that's gonna be, I believe, for 8 times. I believe just intuitively you'll be able to do it without having to think how many times you're gonna need to hit each note. So 17 on the 4th, 14 on the 3rd, 15 on the 3rd, 18 on the 2nd, and then vibratoing 15 on the 2nd. Now, as you're vibratoing that, you're gonna switch to the neck pickup for the rest of the song, so no more pickup switches. We're gonna be on the neck pickup from now on. Alright, now we have this. So we are gonna be hitting 18 on the 2nd, and we're gonna do a full tone bend, but the first time we do it, there's gonna be some rest in between, so it's gonna be a little bit staccato, a little bit jumpy, so it's essentially... Alright, second time it's gonna be a little bit extended, and there's gonna be a slight release at the end. So again, alright, now we have this. So we're gonna be tapping 10 on the 3rd string 3 times, pulling off to 7. After that we are gonna pull off to 6, 5, hammer to 6, and then 7 with vibrato. We're gonna do the same thing now, but tapping 12, so. And then the next part, we're gonna hit 3 on the 3rd string, and then we're gonna do a pinch harmonic with a bended release on 5. Gonna be a half tone. We're gonna do that again. And then we're gonna do 3, 5, pull off to 3. A palm muted 4th open note on the 4th string. And then 5 on the 4th string with vibrato. So. Alright, now the last part of this section is gonna be so it's a little slightly pentatonic phrase. We are gonna be hammering on from 3 to 5 on the 4th, and then 3 to 5 on the 3rd, and then we're gonna slide to 7 on the 3rd. So 5 to 7 as a hammer on the 4th, 5 to 7 as a hammer on the 3rd, sliding to 10. Now the same idea, 7, 10 on the 4th, 7, 10, 12 on the 3rd, so. Ten, 12, 10, 12, sliding to 14. But now we're gonna have, we're gonna also slide to 15, alright, so. And then 219, and then we're gonna hit 14 with vibrato. So let me just play that last part again so you can kind of get the rhythm of it. There's a little bit of a rest after you slide into 19, alright? So one more time. Alright, hope that part is clear. Let's have another look at everything slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, so here's how the last section is gonna start off. We're gonna have that little cool Japanese kind of phrase, pulling off from 10 to 6 on the 1st and then the 2nd. And then 8-7 on the 3rd and the 4th. Now on the 5th string we're gonna do 5-6 to 5 as a slide. And then on the 6th string 5-8 to 7 as a slide. and then open. Alright, so and now we have this. So we are going to be hammering on from 7 to 8 to 10 on the 4th. And now I'm going to have a little chromatic idea here. It's going to be going on the 4th string, on the 3rd string, excuse me. 7, 8, 9, 10 as a hammer on. So, and then on the 2nd, we're going to do 8, 10, 11 also as hammer on. And now 7, 8, 10 on the 3rd. 8, 10, 11 on the 2nd. Again, still all hammer-ons. Slide to 13. And then we're going to do a little bit of a bend when we get there. Let me do that again faster so everything kind of sustains. It's going to be a bended release. Pull off to 11. And then we're going to hit 12 on the 3rd string with vibrato. So again. Alright guys, so this leaves us with the last lick, which is a little tapping lick, pretty simple, pretty easy. So we are going to be tapping 7 on the 3rd, and we are going to pull off to 3 and then 2, so now we're going to do the same idea, just except that we're going to tap 7 twice. So you're going to tap 7, pull off to 3, tap 7, pull off 3, 2. So again, so we have same idea now, but you're gonna tap 10 instead of 7. Now again, the same idea, but we're shifting frets a little bit higher on the. We're gonna go a little bit higher on the fretboard with the same idea. We're gonna tap 15, pull off 14, 10, and then with the double tap. And now the same thing with the left hand, but we're gonna tap 17 instead. So. So again, now after the last pull off to 10 on the 3rd, you can do a slide to 12 with vibrato. So, alright, that's the entirety of the 3rd section. Let's have another look at everything in the 3rd section slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this lesson for the second part of Horizons by Thedoo, be sure to check out our Patreon page in the description below. You can get some extra benefits and you can help us keep making these solo and riff lessons. If you have a request, whether it's a solo or riff lesson, then leave it in the comments below. And other than that guys, happy shredding.